Happy Monday, friends! Welcome to Jana's Crochet Journey. Today is Monday, June 26th, 2023. Welcome new family crafty family members, new, returning, and future. I am coming on today, I'm not even going to say quick because we know how that rolls, to show some updates and a little bit of progress, just so that I feel like I can move on. I kind of feel like I'm at a breaking point in some of the projects. As some of you know, I say when, I come on here. So, since this week starts my 4 10-hour days and I have Mondays off, I figure it's a good time to show where I'm at, because I'm not sure how things are going to go during the week. So, the first thing I want to show, gotta find the pattern. Last video I showed that I did some crochet bath poofs by Yarnspiration, and this is a free pattern on their website. If I see free, I'm printing it, So the previous two that I showed were in different yarns, and then I decided to rearrange my yarn, and I came across this Lion brand twisted cotton, which I have a lot of this, and this is a bulky 5, 98 yards, and this was for the Hobby Lobby sale, I don't know how many, 2-3 years ago. And a lot of people don't like working with it because it has the nubbies on it, but I actually like it, so I wanted to try it in another poof. And I could see washing with this for sure. Sorry if I keep hitting the camera there. But because of this being a bulky 5, this pattern is a 4-round repeat, and I only did 3. And I didn't even finish the last one because I ran out and I didn't want to attach another one, because this is probably not the best yarn for this project. Just gonna say. I still will give it to a family member to have them try it. It's a nice one. And watch this be the best one because it's so hard to work with. But yeah, so I did one more, calling it done. Even though it's technically not done, but it is to me. So there we go. And I was going to do one more in the mill ends that I have, but I want to wait and see how these other yarns work out first. Sorry, a little glistening here. Alrighty, so I'm doing a crochet along. Well, let's just say I started a crochet along with Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, and it's the sampler blanket. Each square will be a mystery square. You won't know until she reveals it. And I'm using a 5mm hook with the DK yarn, and she wants you to make 4 squares each week, and I think we're on week 5 or 6. Yeah. Well, I decided that I'm only going to do 2 squares of each. Not only because it's taken me so gosh darn long, but I don't know. So I showed you the first one. So I decided to use We Love Yarn because I have several colors in this, and this is a 3 light. And I showed you I did the first one, and this is the basket weave. And then for the second one, I chose this pink, which is color 33. They don't have names. And the red is 22. So this is my second one. Oh, is it this way? No, this way. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Does it? So anyways, there's my 2 basket weaves. So then I watched her video and wrote down the directions for square 2. I did not write down what she was calling the pattern. So yeah, that's my 5mm hook. So then I picked color number 16 and got through the first repeat. There. So this is single, triple, single and 1, triple, single, triple. And then there's 3 rows of like single crochet, I believe. I can't remember. I haven't worked on it in a couple days. So I got the first repeat done. And then I'm like, okay, to make sure my tension's not crazy, I started the next one. So I picked this color, and this is color number 20. And this is how far I got on this one. Well, all right. So now they're supposed to, I think, pop out at you, but for me, some do. So like you kind of got to go through and push them. But this is a nice pattern. You can, you know, be watching TV or your YouTube videos. Then if you flip it over, some of them have popped out on the back. So then I was comparing it to make sure that they're pretty similar, because this is the only reason I hesitate is because of matching up your squares. So this is the size difference right now. It comes out being wider, and I know I've got that much farther to go. And this has exactly, or either 4 rows short is how many this has. And that's the size difference. So I need to at least double those to make it this size. I ended up putting it in a little timeout because I lost my feel for it for now. So this one might be going on the back burner for a while. Trying to think of what the next one was. I don't know. I know one of them ends up, I think the 4th week is like the star stitch, and I'm not a fan of that one, so I might skip that one. I'm not sure. So if I'm not 100% feeling a project at that time, I just bag it up, set it aside until, you know, weeks or months go by, and then I'm feeling it, and then I pull it back out. you know, that's just me. So there's my progress so far at this point on that. And then I'm doing a make along with Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy. And we are doing the Superbly Simple Baby Blanket by Keep Calm and Crochet On. And this is a free pattern as well. They give you UK and US terms, so you just, to make it easy, you go through and highlight the US terms, and then I also write it down in a notebook. And now I'm at the point where I don't even need to look at the pattern. I know what row I'm on and what I have to do. It's really easy, and I'm loving the pattern, so thank you, Christy. And originally my first blanket, well, the only one I was going to do, was using Hirschner's Worsted 8 baby yarn. And this is a 4 medium. The pattern says to use a 3 light, but this is a light 4 if you ask me. This came in a 3-pack, and you get a variegated and 2 solids that are in the variegated. So I'm done with 2 skeins already. This is the last one, and this is why I wanted to show the blanket before I move on to this skein, and then when I'm done with that, the blanket's done. So I'll show you where I'm at so far. I did not measure it, but this is where I'm at so far. And just to give a little close up of the colors. And then this will be the last one. And you know, obviously the bigger around you go, the less rows you get, but that's okay because you feel like you're getting done faster. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook. So there's in 4s. And there's that. And this color is Blue Sky. Trying to think of, turn back a page. Fluffy Clouds was the middle, and then Raindrops was the variegated. So then Christy showed a second blanket she was doing with a yarn that's very hard to see the stitches, and I went right away to a yarn that I've had in my closet. Back when I ordered mill ends, I got a really good deal, and this I got, I can't remember if it's 4 or 6 of these. This is what it looks like. So I knew this would be perfect yarn to do this. So then I started a second one. This right now is one of those 1 pound bags. And this is how big this is. So this is 1 pound, and I'm getting ready to put on another pound. Probably already have with this heat. Using a 6.5 millimeter hook, and I kind of stopped doing the pattern. Go figure. I did the pattern to right about here. You could kind of see the line, and then I just started doing the granny. And this was the second round of the 3-round repeat for the pattern. And in order to try to keep the blanket from going a little wonky, I turn it at each round. And this is definitely heavy. It's going to be a nice blanket. I haven't decided if I want to just put, gosh, can't remember if I have 4. Anyways, I was thinking I'll put half of the amount. So if I have 4 bags, I want to put 2. So, and see how big that looks. And then if I don't feel it's big enough, I'll keep going. There's the make along ends the end of July. So I definitely will make it with this one. But I might just put the 2 bags on this, because then it will be baby size, and call it done. And then I can always make another one out of what I have left. So there's that progress. And the last update on a whip is my Cottagecore Mosaic by Little Green Feather. I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook. And for the next pattern, I picked one of the smaller design patterns that breaks up the bigger pictures. And I used, I thought I brought it in, but apparently not. I used the brown and the multicolor. So I wanted to show this so that I could move on to the next section, which will be a snail. So that'll be fun. So this is the next section. I showed you the mushroom the last video, so now there's that. At first I thought it looked a little wonky with the brown in there with the multicolor, but I think it breaks it up pretty nice. And I like that multicolor because it does its own thing. And it's a nice small pattern to break up the bigger pictures. And then if you're new, that's where it started. And just plugging along. Here we go. And again, the next one will be the snail. I have not picked out my colors yet, but based on the colors, I don't want them close together, but I don't know, maybe the teals, or I think I have teals, blues, some purples that I haven't used yet, but I'm using almost all of the same yarns, which is Trevoli XL. So I had a container of all those, and I just wanted to get through some. That way any scraps that I have from this blanket are going in the bucket for my Navajo blanket, which I have not had a chance to work on, so I don't have an update on those. And I did grab some yarn to try and do a duck amigurumi. It was a free pattern, but it was using blanket yarn. Man, I love blanket yarn for blankets, but that was the first time I tried an amigurumi, and they had you start like with the beak, and then I'm like, okay, well, let me do the feet to see if I can, I know, I ended up frogging it. It was like, holy moly. I might try it again in the future, but I found a different amigurumi pattern that you use Bernat velvet and almost like another chenille, a different type. And those are 4 or 5 weight with a smaller hook. So I'm going to try it and see if I can figure it out. I might just be destined to do Amis out of 4 weight, because as much as I love those other yarns, I don't know. Anyways, I will not keep you anymore. Thanks for spending some time with me and seeing my progress. Please like, subscribe, and share if you want to. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.